Hi, this is Zena. We're going to be reading Tiger Eyes by Judy BLUME, Chapter 22. The next morning at 7:30, there's a knock on our door. Rise and shine, James, Mother calls. Breakfast is ready. We have to be at church before 9. I-10 by 10. Ah, that movie was funny. Okay. Jane rolls over, moans, then sits up and says, "Oh my God, it's Sunday." She holds her hands to her head. I feel terrible. I think I'm dying. What happened? You don't remember, I say? I don't. I remember Pizza Hut and drinking all that vodka. And the car. You remember the car? What car? In the parking lot. No. You and Ted were in the back seat. No. And then you got sick. I did. Come on, Jane. You must remember. No, she says, shaking her head. I don't. And that's in my cue. I would told her exactly what happened so she didn't think she was going to be a teenage mom. A thought pops into my mind. Jane thinks she has no experience with boys, but the truth is, she has plenty of experience. She just doesn't remember. You shouldn't drink, I tell her. I drank too much, that's all. You shouldn't drink at all if you can't handle it. It makes me feel good. It loosens me up. Otherwise, I'm shy around boys. That's actually very scary. Very, very scary. You never know it from last night. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Jane gets out of bed. I've got to take a shower. Will you come with us? I don't think so, I say. Please, Davy. I can't stand the idea of being alone with my parents this morning. That's actually bad. Why does your kid feel like she can't share things with you? But I mean, who wants to tell their parents, hey, I'm an alcoholic? Nobody wants to tell their parents that. Please, Davy, I can't stand the idea of being alone with my parents this morning. I don't respond. As a friend, Jane says. Do it as a friend. Oh, all right, I say. Thanks, I won't forget this. Jane dashes down the hall to the bathroom, and I begin to get dressed, wondering why I'm feeling so angry at her. Was it the drinking? No, I don't think so. Then what? The making out in the back seat? Yes, maybe. But why? Because I wanted to be making out too? Because I wanted to feel strong arms around me again? Is that it? Girl, it probably is. I would be more mad at the fact, like, girl, you just guilt tripped me into going to church with you, and then you got drunk and threw up everywhere. That Who wants that for their friend? Nobody wants that for their fucking friend. Pretend that's bleeped out. There are more churches in Los Alamos than I have ever seen anywhere. There's a church practically every corner. There's a church on practically every corner. Well, at least not a liquor store, but just as bad. I don't know if it's because scientists pray more than other people or what. Maybe they have more guilt and fear. I once read an article in Time magazine that said organized religion is based on guilt and fear. Hmm, yeah, I was in an organized religion, so both my parents are half Jewish. For a while, we went to the Unitarian Fellowship in Atlantic City, and after that, we tried the Temple Sinai. Now we don't go anywhere. That afternoon, I go to the canyon, hoping to find Wolf. It is cold and gray. I wait for 2 hours, but he doesn't show. I ride home slowly with tears in my eyes. I can't seem to get rid of the empty feeling that started last night and won't go away. Girl, that don't mean you need to turn to drinking. Chapter 23. Do you think we'll go home for Christmas? I asked Mom. She's in bed reading. She puts her book aside and makes room for me to sit on the bed next to her. I stretch out, examine my fingernails, and begin to peel off the putrid purple polish. That nail polish had to be horrendous. I thought you understood, Mom says. Understood what? That we're staying for the school year. No, I say sitting straight up. You never said that. Nobody ever said that. Nobody ever said that. I can't go back, Davy. Someone should have said, hey, you guys are staying here for the school year. That's just like, come on. They had a life in the other town, in the other state. What is wrong with just telling them, hey, you're going to be staying here for the school year? There's no say for you, but I do want you to know. That's it. And now you guys are having an argument. There's a mosquito in here. Now you guys are having an argument or a little altercation because y'all didn't just say, hey, I can't go back, Davy. What are you talking about? What do you mean you can't go back? I dropped the bits of polish that I have peeled off my nails. They scatter onto the floor like tiny flowers that have dried. I can't go back now, Mom says. I'm not ready. There's still too much to deal with. I'm just beginning to get myself together. I have a long way to go. Why didn't you tell me? I asked. All this time I've been thinking that we'll be home by Christmas. No, honey. That would be the worst time to go home. I'm gonna be real with you. That would actually be the worst time to go home. That would be like Christmas, birthday, something. That would be like the most horrendous time to go home. Don't you see? Besides, you're all set in school now. It wouldn't make sense to pull you out in the middle of the year. And Jason is happy too. This place is nice. This is a nice place. You like it, don't you? I don't know. Some days I do, some days I don't. But I never thought we were staying. Never. Well, neither did I, Mom says. But Bitsy and Walter are such a help, and they want us to stay. Do I have to keep eating bran in my cereal? Mom laughs. Do I? It's good for. Oh, hell no. Bran is good. I don't know. Bran is good, at least to me. I bend over and pick up the tiny ovals of polish from the floor. It would just came off like that. If we're staying, then I want to learn to ski. Everyone is talking about ski season. If there's enough snow, the ski area if there's enough snow, the ski area will be open before Christmas. We'll talk about it with Walter and Bitsy. I know you're fucking lying. Walter and Bitsy is not my mom and dad. When we do, Walter says it's out of the question. Walter, did you? But everyone skis, I tell him. That's an exaggeration, Walter says. Well, maybe not everybody because you and Bitsy don't, but James' whole family skis, except for her mother. I'm not going to argue about this, Davy, Walter says. My mind is made up. I'll give you my reasons. Number one, it's dangerous. Number two, it's expensive. Number three, it's an overrated, trendy sport. You can go ice skating instead. We have a very nice skating pond that will be frozen soon. The only reason I could think them saying is it's expensive. Cause who's gonna be paying for it? Your mama money is over there at the other place, you know. And I'm pretty sure her husband had no will. But Colin, you're not her father, mind you. You're her aunt's husband, and on her dad's side, what say do you have? Okay, Lord, I guess he got a lot of say. It's his house, right? But I already know how to ice skate. I tell him. Good, then you're all set. You don't understand, I say. That's what you say to us every time we don't respond in the way you want us to respond. I feel frustrated, unsure of what Walter has just said. Walter twists words and confuses me. It's impossible to argue with him and win. So I shout, damn it. Bro, what he says is, you say it every time, They don't say yes to what you want. And in my personal opinion, I would have slapped the shit out of him. And I'm like, I'll go, I'll go catch a bus or something back to my hometown. Y'all can stay with this nigga. I don't know how to edit too well, so just pretend I didn't say that. I get angry sometimes for no reason. I look over, but that's not no reason. You need to learn how to talk to me. And Walter says calmly, let's keep emotion out of the And Walter says calmly, let's keep emotion out of this conversation. Let's hold it to logic. Pure and simple. Pure and simple logic. You're not my father. He's dead. You can be like him if you keep talking to me like this. I look over to my mother for support. I'm sure Walter knows much more about skiing than we do, Davy, she says. But he doesn't ski, I argue. Maybe not, Mom says, but he knows about it. Besides, Bitsy says, we know a family whose daughter was on a ski team and she crashed into a tree head first and wound up a vegetable in an Albuquerque hospital. They visited her every Sunday, but she doesn't recognize him. Do you want to wind up a vegetable, do you? What kind of vegetable? Jason asks. She's probably better off than I am, I shout. She doesn't have to live in this house. What's wrong with this house, Bitsy says. What kind of vegetable? Jason asks again. A turnip, I tell him, storming out of the room. Really? Jason says. A turnip? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be real with you. Just something about Walter. He just pissed me off. He just infuriates me as a character. And he's a well written character. But I just don't like it. I don't like him. He opens his mouth and I'm like, why are you talking? But I do. Sorry about the camera. Uh, but that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. Tell me what you like, you didn't like. I do too. I need some comments. Ugh, there's a freaking mosquito in here that's trying to kill me.